Hey, what's up, family? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing two things. Primarily, we're going to be setting up an event for a photo booth event, not to be confused with a 360 video booth event. They're slightly different. On top of that, I'm going to show you guys how to create an overlay for your photo booth event. I'm going to be doing both things to save you guys a bunch of time. I'm going to do timestamps on this video, so either you guys can check out the setup on the photo booth event process, or you guys can skip to how to create a simple overlay to use for your photo booth event. Now, the link that's going to be in the description box below is going to do two different things. One thing, that link will get you 10% off on your Snapic subscription, whether it's weekly, monthly, or annually. And that's if you're a brand new user. I know that kind of sucks. Believe me, I know. But this link is also going to help you guys try out Snapic as a 7-day free trial. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into Snapic and take it step by step. Let's go ahead and do this right now. There we are. Let's go back to Snapic, ladies and gents. There you go. I'm a little rusty at this. Let's just remember when I first started, this was my setup. Right now I have a brand new setup. It's an upgraded setup. It's a wonderful setup, and I'm very, very grateful for everybody watching here today. All right, what I'm going to do next is this. I am going to go to create an event right here on this tab, create event, because I really want to show you guys some of the things that you can do freely. We're going to go to a new plain event. We're not going to do popular, theme, or advanced, or basic. We're just going to do a new plain event. This is the most popular one, okay? Right here, guys, select features. Now, when it's a 360 booth, we'll definitely do the video effects, but because we're doing a photo booth event, we're going to select photos and GIFs or GIFs. I don't gives a damn how you pronounce it. Let's just move forward, guys. And this is, so far, we're moving rather quickly. Now we're going to event, and we're going to name our event. I'm going to name this My Peeps, just like that. Event start date today, and then the event end date, you guys can change this however you want. So if you guys are barely getting started and you are taking Snapic for just a ride, right? Getting familiar with the software, you guys can extend the event date so you guys can do a lot of practice from the start date to the ending of the event date. Just throwing that out there, okay? I'm going to hit next here on the right side. Now, this is a way that we're going to be able to share this content and these photos. You have options. We can do airdrop. These are the most popular ones that I select. Okay, so I choose airdrop. I also select the QR sharing. I also do text messages. And lately, what I've been doing, guys, is I've been adding filters. We're going to circle to that. I'm going to circle back to that in a few moments. But yeah, select filters. You'll see how cool this is. And then we're going to select a admin password. I'm just going to do all twos. And then the next page looks intimidating. Just go right past this. It's not really important for us. We're not going to be doing all this crazy stuff. So we're just going to hit next right here. Okay, so this photo template chooser, let's take our time right here in this area. I'm going to go to template library. For me, guys, because I recently got a printer this year, 2023, just to kind of take on more projects and reach out to more people who actually love the texture, the nostalgia that behind that printout. I got the printer, probably get another printer as well, just because I'm being booked, especially folks who really desire to have those physical prints, okay? So I'm gonna go with the single frame right here, okay? And then on top of that, I'm gonna go with this also 6x4, but it's gonna be two different photos, and it's gonna be more like portrait mode. So it's gonna capture more of the body because it's in portrait mode. So the girls like this because it really shows a lot of their outfit. And you know, girls really always wanna flex, so that's all good. So we're gonna go to single overlay. All right, and then I'm gonna grab another style. I'm gonna grab this one right here. This is another one that I use very, very often, 6x4, but it's 4 different poses. And I'm gonna select this one as well, okay? Here's another thing, guys, that I wanna share with you while I'm visiting this part of the process is when you guys select the 2x6, just know that if you're printing these out, you can actually print one out, but you're gonna get 2 sets because the 6x4 is cut in half, which means that the prints are gonna go further away, a longer ways. How can I say this in the right way? So basically, instead of printing 2 of these, because one of these equals one of these, I'm sorry, 2 of these equals one of these, then that means when you get, for example, 2 people who took a photo of this style, when they go to print, they'll only print 1 photo, but 2 of these will get printed out because it's gonna get cut in half, just like this, boom. So that's something I wanna share with you guys, just so you guys consider maybe using that template when having an event, for example, like homecoming or prom, and there's going to be hundreds of students just running to the photo booth. You want to make it as fast as possible, and this is one strategy that's worked for me. So I'm going to go and select the 4 different poses there. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3 different templates, and these are all 6x4. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into Canva. Let me do this. Let me save Canva for the very end. That way I can, like I said, I'll timestamp Canva towards the very end. So folks that already know how to do this, maybe just want to get an idea of the workflow I used to go through when I was creating my own overlays. I don't create my own overlays anymore. You guys will, really quick. So when it comes to your business, one of the first things that has to be removed from your plate is creating overlays. A lot of you guys have that entrepreneur persona, and you guys will quickly get frustrated thinking, why am I doing overlays for my business? I'm the owner. They should be passed on to someone immediately. And yes, I highly agree with you, because it's going to save you guys hours, and those hours are going to turn into actual days. Now, let me take you to the process of an overlay. When the client books with you on my Wix website, it'll ask for details as far as, do you have a specific theme? Are there certain colors you want to use? Have you already created invitations that we can use to maybe duplicate the theme and try to match it up as close as possible? So the client will notate those notes that we need for our designer, and then our designer will go based off those notes. Now, Diana, my overlay designer, and you guys can reach out to her as well, she makes my life a lot easier. And so what she does is she'll reach out to the client. I'll give her the number. She'll reach out to the client, and then she'll go back and forth with the client until they reach the perfect overlay for the client. And then all I get is, yep, we got the green light on this one. This is going to be the master overlay. So that saves me a ton of time, because I'm no longer text messaging the client back and forth. I have my overlay designer doing that for me. So that's going to be one of the things I recommend you guys try to pass on to another individual right away, as soon as possible. All right, just wanted to share that with you guys, because quite honestly, some of you guys I already know are getting pretty busy, and that does take up a lot of your time. Okay, so I'm going to go to next, and then the next window here is going to be the app experience. Now, this is pretty interesting, because Snapic has what's called an attract screen library. So an attract screen library, if I go here, I can now select, so popular, a theme, wedding. Some of you guys are probably going to want to target weddings. Weddings usually have I want to say larger budget, not so much like big corporate events, but a decent budget. It really depends on the demographics and your area and things like that too. So there's a lot of factors to consider. But for this, since we're in the holidays, I can select this one right here. So I'll select this one, and then this is how it's going to look like once your iPad is inside of the shell, the photo booth. Okay, so that's going to be it right there. If you guys wanted to design your very own, that's totally cool. I actually do that. Well, I used to do that. I got to stop saying I do that, because now I'm not part of that process anymore, which is super dope. What you guys want to do is, if you want to create your own and you go to Canva, you want to look at the view recommended sizes. And if your iPad is going to be in this position, this is considered portrait, and you have a 9.7, then your dimensions are going to be listed right here. My iPad is a 10.9, so I go based off this one. So 1536 by 2048. And so it'll go in there and it'll look super nice. All right, so just want to throw that out there as well. And you can do an animated screen too if you wanted to with motions. But like I said, make your life easier, make your workflow a lot smoother, and optimize your business by using some of these incredible tools Snapic has. Okay, so I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna roll with that one. Earlier, we selected filters, and I recommended you guys try that. The reason why is when I come over to guest filters, every filter that you see me select is going to be an option for the attendee to select from. So if I go with beauty, black and white, sepia, and K-dash, they can select from any of these. But what I like doing is I like keeping it super simple. So I'll either do the beautify or the K-dash or just original, meaning no filter. So I'm just going to select those two. That way, when they're deciding on which filter to pick, you don't give them an analysis paralysis situation where they have like 4 different filters and they can't make up their mind which one they want. Preset filters I don't mess with, because I want the guest select the filters themselves. I want them to be happy with the photo. So I'm going to go to next now. QR interaction, guys, just stick to the default one. Don't do anything fancy. Just make it easy for yourself. I'm going to go to next. Now the GIF or the GIF, I'm going to go to, oh, here's something to note as well. All right. I'm going to share this information with you guys because it's going to be very helpful. A lot of us want to give the client the best experience possible. And so give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that I'm actually recording. Yeah, I'm recording. A lot of us want that client that, you know, we've acquired to have the best experience with us. And so what we want to start doing is providing quality, like a high quality production. So for me, I'm very focused on using a Canon camera, a DSLR camera to take these photos that came out really, really good. If that's the case, if you set up your event and you're using a camera connected to your iPad, and the iPad is the interface, the controller, and your actual mirrorless camera is what's capturing the actual image, you might want to come right in here where it says enable burst and uncheck it. If you leave it checked, your camera can't take that burst. So what it'll do is it'll cancel out the camera and then it'll use a selfie camera on the iPad. And to me, that just makes things more complex, and you don't want to be going back and forth, reconnecting, power cycling the camera so that the iPad can recognize it. You don't want to go through that struggle. However, if you're just using the iPad for everything, then go ahead and enable burst, okay? So I don't use enable burst just because it's more files to send to the client separately, different folders. And the less folders, the better. Remember, guys, it's all about optimizing and being as efficient as possible. But for the GIF, I'm gonna go ahead and, or the GIF, I'm gonna hit template, and I'm gonna go with this 6x4. And then once you guys go into settings, right here, number of frames, I leave it at 4. Interval countdown, this is going to be the countdown for every different pose because it's going to be 4 different frames, 4 different poses. I leave it at 4 seconds. Give people enough time to shuffle around and switch it up. As far as the playback speed, I usually go with medium. If you go to super fast, you guys can see how fast it's going to show right here. So I do like the medium, but that's just my personal preference. And then I'm going to go to done and then next. All right, so we are pretty much at the finish line. So if I go to create event, it'll show that congratulations or something like that. Yeah, success, your event has been successfully created. You hit okay. So now we are good to go. Okay, so the cool part is now I get to go into Canva and create an overlay. And we're gonna do that together. My phone is going off, so please just ignore that. I have ADHD, so I just wanna go over there and turn it off, but I'm gonna do that. So let's go ahead and open up Canva. And we chose what's going on 404. What's that mean? I just can't do here. Allow me access. Yep, gives me access. So check this out, guys. When you are here on Canva, and by the way, I have what version is this? Let's go to account settings. See, I have what version do I have of Canva? I forget. Maybe under billing. So I have the Canva Pro. I'm paying $12.99 a month. Of course, it's definitely worth having Canva. So that's how much I'm paying. I just wanted to show you that, guys, so you guys can get a budget in place. Okay, so since we're doing a Christmas theme, I can go on here and then just click Christmas. And this is what I used to do. Like, I'll see all this stuff going on. And what I'll do is I'll think of which one can make my life easier, as far as it already has most of the stuff and I don't have to mess with too many things. So then, for example, like this one will pop, right? So I'll grab this one and then I'll go to customize this template. And remember, guys, it's a 4x6 photo. So then what I'll do is I'll go to magic switch right over here and then I'll resize it. You guys can go to customize a size and then go to a 6x4 and then continue. Once you go there, it's going to ask you if you want to redesign or copy this size. So I want to resize this design. And so here it is now. Now what we have to do is this. I'm going to move my icon to the side. We can start making this a little larger. And then these lights too, we're going to put them in the corner. And then maybe shrink it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit Control and hit the D, and now it's being duplicated. And now I'm just going to put these like right here for now. And then you guys will see what I'm trying to achieve. I'm just going to get these somewhat lined up, different sizes, so it looks like they are layered like that. I can get rid of a few things, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to show you guys a few things. So these right here, if you guys want to grab everything that's highlighted in purple, it'll move together. Okay, so just know that. But I'm going to move these, and then these right here, this is a little bit lower, I'm going to higher it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of these just like that, and then I'm going to shrink them a little bit. I want to move them towards the top, and so I'm going to shrink them so it doesn't take too much real estate on the photo, and boom, it's done, right? So that was pretty easy. And then we can actually add these lights right here. But check this out, with these lights, guys, if I click on the lights and I go to position, I can have these lights move to the front like this. See this area right here? I want you to focus on this area. Let me zoom in. Where is this? Down here. Let's see. I have my phone blocking the bottom of my computer screen. So I was trying to zoom in, give you guys. Okay, so right here in this area, I'm going to hit the light and I'm going to move it to the front, and you'll see what'll happen right here. So I'm going to go forward. You see that? So now it's in front of the pine leaves, and that's what it does. So you can actually move it to the back if you want by going backward, but that's what we're going to leave it at for now. And then I'm going to duplicate it by hitting Control D again and Control D again. And then I'm going to try to just bring them across like this. Cool. And I know that some of you guys have a more, creativity way higher than mine, but I'm just doing this because I want to focus on the speed, just to give you guys an idea of what you can do with Canva if you're really getting started here in the photo booth industry. Next thing I'm going to do is, instead of doing everything individually, what I can do now is I can grab this on the very, very top. Oops. And then I'm going to hit undo. I'm going to grab these, move them out of the way. Grab this here. Also move it right here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab all of these, and then I'm going to hit duplicate. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it 190, 180, and then I'm going to bring it down right here. Look at that. Look at that. Dude, that saved me so much time. I'm telling you, it's all about experience, guys. If you guys are not having events right off of the jump and you guys are a little frustrated, just know that it's not fair for you to call it quits or be hard on yourself if you haven't done this for at least a year and actually gave it 100%. You won't get the same results one person that went all out and you're at 25%. You won't get the same results as them. It's just the nature of things, okay? So don't give up, and you continuously strive to do better, going back to the drawing board and continuously trying new things. So please don't forget that. All right, so I'm just gonna do this here. Boom, boom. And then have a Merry Chris. I just have a Merry. And then you guys can go to effects, and you guys can do like a neon. And then you guys can change the color, for example. So one thing we want to do really quick, guys, is click on the background and then delete, because we're going to export this in a few seconds. And you guys notice you can't see the white lettering anymore, but you know it's there because you designed it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to export it. But when I export it and I hit download, I'm going to make sure I hit transparent background. A lot of you guys are saying, hey, David, when I upload my overlay, it just, there's no background. It's all background and there's no person. And that's because you guys are probably forgetting to hit the transparency there. So now that it's downloaded, I can go jump into Snapic. And here's one thing I want to share with you guys as well. It's all about learning today. Is when you guys are dropping off, say for example, you got to a situation, you got to a point in your business actually where you're just dropping off these booths, especially if they don't want a printer, and all you have to do now is just drop off the booth for a very low price, okay? But you're wondering like, what's going on? How's it going? What you can do is once you drop off the booth and you drive away, or you drop off the booth and you have your laptop with you and you're just a few blocks down the street, chilling at a park, whatever the case may be, you can log into Snapic and it'll upload the photos that are being taken, and you can see the activity. So right now it's 0, right? Say I drove away from the party and all of a sudden there's 20 photos. I can come in here to manage gallery and check out those photos, and I get to see the activity. I get to see like, oh, there's been 20 groups so far that's taken a photo. And what you can also do is you can check out the quality of the photo just to know that, okay, the lights are still fully charged and there's enough lighting. If you see that there's no, the photos are coming out dark, you know something's wrong. So that happened to me once, by the way, and I drove over there, and what happened is someone dropped the light, and so a couple photos came out dark, but then I guess someone picked up the light and put it back into place, and the photos were coming out good again, but I actually had to drive back because I couldn't get someone to actually do it for me. So there's some risk as far as just dropping them off, so make sure your setup is going to be pretty durable, okay? All right, so that's that. Now that we have an overlay, guys, I'm going to come down here to our templates, and I'm going to go to edit, and then we're going to go to the GIF, and we're going to do that as well. So I'm going to select that, and it's going to take us to these right here. Now, all I'm going to do is go to edit, and then I'm going to go to click or drop image here. I'm going to click on that, and then we downloaded that. There it goes. I found it right there. And then I'm going to click on here again, and here we are. That's how the photo is going to look like. All right, sweet. So I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to do that for the next two, this one and this one right here. I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to go to, oh, so there's a countdown because there's two photos. So you guys can go to maybe count down 4 seconds. All right. So that means this photo is going to be taken 4, 3, 2, 1, snap. And then again, 4, 3, 2, 1, snap. 2 photos. So click here and grab that overlay again, and then select it, and you guys will see it right here. Now, if you guys don't want this overlay, and this happened to me once and I couldn't figure it out in the very, very beginning, is I didn't know how to get rid of it. Click on this photo, and then there's a little trash can right here on the lower left. Click on that and it'll get rid of that. So, but we don't want it. We actually want it. So let me go back and select it and hit save, and then do the same thing for the 4 poses. Go to edit, select that same exact overlay, and wait till it populates. So this one's 4 different poses. So we're gonna move it to 4 seconds. So it's gonna be 4 seconds per pose. All right, so I'm just waiting on my laptop to catch up with me. Did I move too fast? Yeah, I was moving too fast. Okay. Okay, cool. Now I'll go back in and do it. There you go. There you go. 4 seconds as far as the countdown goes. Save here on the top. And then we have to do it for one more, right, guys? So let's go to save changes. And then we're going to do this last one right over here. We're going to go to edit and do the same exact thing. This is really simple once you get it down. So don't be intimidated, okay? All right, hit save as well. And save changes. And now I can look you in the eye and tell you guys, you created your very first photo booth event on Snapic. You guys might have questions. I try to cover this as quick as possible, but still try to include some details. If you guys have questions, put them in the comment box below. When I have a minute, I'll get to those as soon as I can. So that's exactly how you would do it. Now, if you guys take your iPad with you or your laptop with you, just know you can make changes from your iPad or your laptop while you're at the event. If the client wants something different or something changes, you can come in here and still make edits when necessary, just to give you guys a heads up that you do have a good amount of control over your event here. So enjoy, have a good time, good luck on your next event, guys. Remember, on the description section of this video, if you're watching this on YouTube, that link is an affiliate link. So it, like I said, it'll give you 10% off either weekly, monthly, or annually if you're trying Snapic for the first time, if you guys switch over from a different provider. Or if you guys are just curious, maybe you guys are still using TouchPix or Luma Booth and you're curious about Snapic because you're hearing a lot of positive things about it, then this link will also give you that 7-day free trial. Try that out. If you guys run into any issues, right here on the bottom right, there's a message icon. What I love about the Snapic team, guys, and this is going to impress you because it impresses me, and I've been in the customer service industry for a long time, is when you send them a message, it takes them max 3 minutes to reply. And then they'll reply back and forth. And then on top of that, when you're done and you find out the solution, then they'll still follow up with an email asking you how they were as far as their customer performance goes, and if you need any other assistance, which is like great. It's a way here, really quick. And I hope this really brings value to your business if you guys haven't got started yet. So one thing that I learned, guys, is we always have to keep a pulse on the industry as photo booth operators. But most importantly, we have to take time to reach back out to the client aftermath and ask them, hey, tell us a little bit about your experience. Did we meet your expectation? What could have we done a little bit better to make it 110% for you? And it's not that you're doubting your delivery, but it's showing the client that you truly care and that you want to constantly improve. Now, say for example, the client says, well, maybe we can minimize the amount of cables used so it doesn't look so messy. So then that'll trigger you to look for different ways to have a cleaner setup. So sometimes clients will be super satisfied with their service and they don't have too much feedback besides just positive comments. But every now and then you'll get a client that really wants to help you with your business, and maybe they have the entrepreneur vision. And so they'll give you feedback to really help you with your business. So always pay attention and reach out to the client, ask them for a Google review. But on top of that, ask them about what feedback they can help you with, and do not be offended. Just know that listening to the client is the most important thing. A lot of us want to focus on here, let me stop sharing this page. A lot of us want to focus on our competition. And I tell some of the individuals I have met over the last couple of years in the photo booth industry, I tell them, I don't have competition. I have personal goals. I have business. I'm on a business mission. So I don't see individuals as competition. What I seek out is consumers. I seek out customers and leads. I don't have time to see who's going to be my competition, who I see as competition, whether I am in the photo booth industry or in the YouTube space. I just don't see anything as competition, because the only person that I compete with on a daily basis is myself. I wasn't the greatest person, but I'm better today than I was yesterday. So I am getting a little better at being a human. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you guys, and hope this video really helps. If you hit the like button, this is a way that you can help me without giving me any money. You're already paying attention, so I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, and just know that I've been using Snapic for over a year now, and I am truly satisfied with everything from their technical support to their actual tools and their innovation. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.